My brother, he used to work at a butterfly farm and he was in charge of breeding them. One day, when he was in the butterfly cage, he saw that they die naturally and they still look beautiful. And that is when he got the idea to make the butterfly art collages.
I used to do cakes from home. I started just giving them away, but I needed to buy my stuff back and I started selling them. So that's what started it, and I used Facebook as my means of advertisement and started getting customers.
I've always been fascinated with gemstones. It's been something that I've been collecting for more than a decade. It's just the fascination of how they come out from the earth, just different minerals and elements that combine. They just form these beautiful colors, and it's so fascinating.
Nokche Adventure Park came about from the birth of COVID. Everything was shut down in the tourism industry, and we decided, I want to do something to help the community. We got 10 bikes, 10 ATVs, and we were just doing ATV tours at that time. Shortly after, we were approached by the cruise lines. We agreed to work with them, and from then it just started growing.
The adjacent communities have collaborated together to see how they can get a space here that the wood carvers could actually market and sell their product. My husband is a woodworker. He attended the meeting. He was given a space here, and that's how basically I got involved in the business.
To me, Atlantic Bank was the best partner for us to team up with.
Having access to financing, change our business in productivity.
Once I had Atlantic Bank support with the finances, it was smooth sailing from there.
They saw the vision and they were willing to be patient.
Atlantic Bank's e-commerce system has accelerated the growth for my business.
Now I can make payments and receive payments online, and this has made my job much easier.
I don't have to run to town and use fuel and the other expenses.
They were willing to be patient with us as we grew our business, and that meant the world.
I sit and sip my good cup of coffee and do payments.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Belize wakes up connected to opportunity. And across our country, the work to keep Belize connected continues. SMART continues expanding our network across the country, bringing stronger coverage to more communities. With recent service enhancements in areas at Blue Creek and Progresso, Belize City, Orange Walk, and more on the way. We're bringing education closer to home, empowering entrepreneurs to grow their businesses, supporting industries that drive our economy, and keeping families connected wherever life takes them. With every expansion, we are investing in the infrastructure that moves Belize forward. Because connection isn't just about signal, it's about opportunity, progress, and the future we are building together. SMART, bringing people together.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribe areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
back. This is WUB, Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. It's a Thursday morning, the 16th day already of April 2026. Our first guest this morning is from the Chamber of Commerce. She's Miss Yoshabel Katus. And Yoshabel is a biblical name, the mother of Moses, peace be upon him. And she is the manager of membership relations in the Chamber of Commerce. Welcome, Yoshabel.
Thank you for having me, and good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Tell us about this event. I understand it will be in Belmopan, is it?
Yes, so it's a job fair,
Okay.
and it's the Chamber's 4th job fair.
Right.
The only difference is that we're kicking it off in Belmopan City.
I
So
see.
the other 3 that we did was in Belize City.
Okay.
And
Why the move to Belmopan?
well, it's quite practical in looking at the economic terms. So we know that Belize City, is a commercial hub, and Belmopan is also a capital hub.
Okay,
We
yeah.
have all the government ministries, departments, embassies, and of course around that we have a lot of business happening.
Okay.
And as you know, the Chamber is an employers organization. So we're doing this because
How many members do you have, by the way? Because
we
I
have
know
about 400 that actually has an individual membership, but there are some members that are association bodies,
Okay.
and they pay a membership whereby all their members are considered members of the chamber, so they're
Alright.
getting our information also. So by extension, across the country, we have about 6,000 employers when you
Wow.
count all the members, the
Okay.
sub-members.
So would they be considered card-carrying members of the chamber, or just by association with being business owners?
Well, there's a structure whereby we have the secretariat
Okay.
that we feed the information and they feed it back to their membership.
Okay,
Yes.
I see. There's so many associations now. The reason I'm kind of probing it is because you now have this new organization called SME, which are small,
medium.
micro, and medium businesses. Are they also chamber members?
Oh, definitely.
Oh, yeah?
We have
Okay.
about 25% of our membership.
So they wouldn't have their separate association. They would be a member of your association.
Any company, they're they have their freedom to form their own association bodies.
Okay.
So we are like the big umbrella, and we have individual association bodies and even group of companies. But
Very good. Very good.
we always encourage it, because then there are smaller issues, initiatives that you could do
Okay.
for together as a group. We, the chamber, work more on national issues. For the
What are
membership.
some of the issues? I know you were in the news just a couple of weeks ago talking about the proposed port expansion, but what are some of the issues? What are some of the national issues that the chamber focuses on, as opposed to, say, local issues?
Well, one of the national issues is employment.
Okay.
So it's in our mission, it's in our vision to ensure that there is sustainability and that businesses thrive, and businesses cannot do that without employment. And so that's why we're doing the job fair, and it's going to be this weekend in Belmopan City.
Okay.
And it's so this is Saturday, April 18, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the George Price Center.
Oh, I see.
Yes, and it's a different structure, the job fair. It's not the traditional way of how employers would promote their advertisements. This one is more face-to-face, and some of them are doing interviews and screening right there and then.
Okay. So that means you're inviting people who are looking for a job
Definitely.
to come in and to look at the various different companies. What are some of the companies that you will be featuring?
So we have 19 organizations, and it's a whole combination, and some of these organizations, they're not all from Belmopan.
Okay.
So some of them are from the out districts, and meaning that some of the jobs are not solely in Belmopan. Yes. So it's quite convenient too that Belmopan is at the middle. So people can come from across the districts to find jobs. We have over 300 vacancies, and the businesses...
What are some of the vacancies though?
Yeah, so let me... The businesses are Belize Bank,
Okay.
Equity, Pletz Electronics, we have NextGen, Mahias, which is a construction company, Belize ship handlers, the office growers, finance Belize, RFNG Insurance, Alaya, a resort, Benny's, Transparent, BPO, some Fusion CX, Belize, Builders Hardware, Go Answer, University of Belize, and even the Office of the Supervisor of Insurance and Private Pensions. And lastly, we have the Labor Department.
Is that a government?
Yeah, that's a government. They don't have vacancies, but they're promoting what they do. So they're taking advantage of the many people that will be there. And of course, the Labor Department will be there because they have an employment unit. So this is something that they have countrywide ongoing. So if you need a job, you can always drop in at the Labor Department and give in your resumes, certificates, everything.
So if I were to come, Yoshabel, what would I experience there at the fair?
So you should come ready to get a job. And so if you are going to get...
So you'll do actual interviews and hiring right on the spot then?
Well, it all depends.
I mean, if the person is qualified.
Yeah, it depends how you present yourself. So the best impression is always how you present yourself, how you dress. And
so that means the first impression is the lasting impression.
Yeah, right. Okay. So you must come dressed appropriately for an interview.
Right.
You just don't walk in and come like you're coming to a disco or something like that.
So they're not like slippers, you can't come
with Drake slippers. No.
Okay. Yeah.
Come professionally like you're coming for an interview. Come prepared with your documents. So have your resumes on hand, photocopies of your whatever supporting documents, if it's certificates, your letter, and bring more than one. So just in case, you can distribute it at the 20 organizations. And then be prepared with questions because if as I said, some will be doing interviews. So,
what are some of the questions that I should be prepared to hear and respond to?
First of all, you should visit our social media pages and review the list of companies that I just listed. And we have some of the list of the positions. So you can prepare specifically for a company or just generic. So if, for say, you want to get a job with Belize Bank, go on Belize Bank website or social media page, find out what is their mission, vision, what they do, the services, because that's one of the questions in an interview. Tell me about my business. Why do you want to work for us? So
you should be a little bit prepared to answer.
Definitely. And one of the most common questions is, tell me about yourself. What are your goals? So be prepared with those interview questions. I know the University of Belize will also be there. And right now they're preparing some of their students that will be graduating to show up at this job fair and for them to be prepared to present themselves.
This job fair is an annual thing that you do, and it's always been in Belize City, but this is the first time you're going to Belmopan.
Right. So yes, we try to make it annual, and we are offering it in lieu of our membership and meeting their needs.
Okay, so you're helping your members to gain, but you're also helping the public with an opportunity to gain
in the
jobs.
Community. Yes.
All right. I was wondering if the move from Belmopan is a suggestion that it might also be a good idea to move it in other areas also, since people might not be able to afford to travel to go.
Yes. So since we have membership across the country, it's always our goal to do initiatives, whatever we're doing in the city, to duplicate it in the districts.
I see.
Just because sometimes we can't do that, like we can't do maybe 6 or 7 job fairs in a year because we have limited resources in planning. Our main office is in Belize City and our secretariat is very small.
Yeah.
So we do rotate some of our activities in the district.
I know that in some other jurisdictions they do a lot of job fairs at schools, universities, etc. But you say in this case you'll be preparing their students to come in.
It's a step higher than what the universities may do, because the universities are prepping their students to be aware of the job positions available out there. So when they have a job fair, they invite, the business community to come to talk about vacancies and about what their business do, so that the students, they are acquainted, with what they want to be in the future. But our job fair is a step level it's a step higher because you're coming out to actually get a job.
Yes.
So you never know. You might walk out. I remember last year at the job fair, one of the companies, they had 1 or 2 positions to fill, and they did the interviews there, and they left the job fair early because they had their guy, or they had their person that they got.
So they were only looking for one guy?
It depends, because as I said, suppose you stop in at this table where this company is at, and you present yourself very well, the way you speak, you have everything. No need to look farther.
Just, I got my guy, closed down, make we go.
Yeah, I say shut up shop and
I see.
gone.
I see. Okay, well, you may be fortunate if you're looking. I can't think of a business that would be able to look for just one person, but if you're that person, that's good. That's very good.
Yes.
Then, are you focusing? What you're trying to do now is to provide a service for the public, but also for your business members,
yes,
right?
So
is government anywhere there besides the labor department? Is the government anywhere there? Like, you know, often we have young people who are looking for jobs, etc. Are you working with them to stream these young people to go searching for jobs there at your fair?
So we have out the information on social media, and also we're approaching some junior colleges in addition to the University of Belize, which is
so
a national.
You are reaching out.
Yeah, we're reaching out to some junior colleges, inviting them
Very good.
to the job fair. And remember, this job fair is for anyone across the country. So if we're not able to reach you personally, if you're a junior college, and we're not able to reach you, before the job fair, feel free to visit our social media pages.
Yes.
And we do have the flyers out whereby you can, share it. If you have a WhatsApp group or a bulletin board, feel free to share it with any students that you believe will be graduating and looking for jobs. It's a win-win on both sides.
Okay, it should be.
Yes, because it's employer and employees. And what you'll find at the job fair is that the businesses, they're very competitive. So it's not just about getting a job, getting a paycheck at the end of the month, and just, you and the employer working towards paying your taxes. But the employers are offering attractive packages because now it's very competitive to get a job.
Yes.
So with that is not only your salary, but there are other benefits that they're trying to put forward to you so that they grab you instead of your competitor grabbing you.
What is very interesting is that Belize has just signed on to this free movement, which means a Barbadian could be here at your job fair to try to get a job just as much as a Dominican, and I believe who else? It's Belize, Dominica, is it Grenada? I know it's 4 of us, but my point would be to you is they would also be available to get a job at this job fair.
Well, it's freedom. Right? It's freedom to walk in, and the aim is whoever present themselves, prep yourselves, and even you could go farther with your documentation, like your resumes. If you have a certain skill, and you look at the companies coming, for example, we have Mahias that does construction, and if you have a technical skill, you can draw up your resume to specifically meet that. You could be targeted if that's your aim.
Yes.
So
I imagine that some of these jobs would be entry-level jobs. For example, if I want to work in a warehouse and it's owned by Benny's, for example, I don't have to worry about the fact that I don't have a bachelor's degree. I can still go there and apply and maybe get a job at the level where I'm qualified, correct?
Yes, definitely. So not all of them are looking for master's, bachelor's degrees.
Okay.
We have like customer service agents. We have plant supervisors, mechanics, storeroom keepers. There are even bartenders. There are housekeeping at the resort, Alaya. AC technicians, tellers, IT technicians, data analysts, and several much more, you know. So it's not necessarily at one level. It's a combination of everyone. Not only office jobs, but technical jobs.
Okay. Well, Yoshabel, it's a very interesting name. Do they call you by a nickname?
Yes, my father calls me Belle.
Belle?
Belle.
Okay, good. Good.
And people at work calls me Yosh.
Yosh.
Yeah, Yorsh.
All right, Yosh. All right, good. I know because you know we always broke your name down into you know. Well, we'll give you a last word to cover any area that maybe we didn't cover in the conversation. Go over where it will be, when it will start, etc. There's no entrance fee or anything
completely
of that sort.
Free to come in.
Will there be food available for people to be able to eat if they get hungry?
No, we only have beverages.
Only beverages.
It's a stop in, stop.
Okay.
It's very the traffic should be flowing.
All right. Well, how many hours are you going to present it for?
So it's this weekend, Saturday, April 18, and
that goes from when to when?
It's at the George Price Center from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m.
All right, 10 to 3.
Yes,
okay.
And it's entrance free. Come prepared, dress right, smile, have all your documentations. If you want to get in, have maybe 20 packages. Stop at the Labor Department if you're not sure about your structure of your resume, because they offer technical assistance and training. So if you're not sure, stop at the Labor Department. And if you didn't find something you're looking for, you can leave your documents at the Labor Department. That's a service they offer, quite 24/7 almost. And you can even leave your information at the chamber, just in case we have other members that after the event will be looking out. So
you will have a booth there?
Yes, we'll have a booth, and we'll be supporting you, directing you to the businesses that maybe you're looking for.
But you said something that should not slip who wants to attend, and that is that you should have a package of several resumes.
Yes.
Not just one and running around saying, can anybody copy this for me? No. You should make sure you have as many as you will give, right?
Yeah, unless you say that, for example, I'm a mechanics and that's all I do.
Yeah.
I go straight to the organization offering that.
Yes,
Yeah, but otherwise, if you are well-rounded and you can find, you can fit in, be prepared with different packages.
Very good.
And please come dressed to
appropriately.
Yes.
Yes, very good. Well, Yoshabel Katus, thank you very much for coming in. She's the manager of customer relation. Is that
membership?
Membership relations.
And it has a lot to do with customer relations.
Of course. It's almost very, very similar. Thank you very much, Ms. Katus. We appreciate your information, and we encourage those who are looking for a job, especially young people or first-time employees, to take advantage of this. Spread your resume around. You may not get a job there, but maybe something will come up a little bit later on and your resume is already on the desk of that proposed company. So we encourage you to take advantage of this. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
All right, take care. We break for 2 Cents Cam with Brick City, and that's sponsored by Fort Point Security. And we have our next guest coming in a little bit after 7:30.